Module 13. Woo woo, we're rolling on. All right. Today we're going to talk about the importance of the 3 E's and the power of the pause. Okay, first, what the heck are the 3 E's, right? That's a good question. I'm going to give you a hint. It is essential that you learn how to balance the 3 E's if you want to churn out high-quality, effective TV or radio segments. Now, what are the 3 E's, Katerina? All right, number 1, engage. Number 2, enlighten. And number 3, entertain the audience. Okay, let me say it again. Number 1, engage. Number 2, enlighten. And number 3, entertain the audience. Okay, because let's be honest, the reason people tune into TV or to radio is so that they can be entertained, right? But they also want to be enlightened, educated, if you will, about a topic or product or service or person that they may not be familiar with, i.e. you. That's why you're there, to engage, enlighten, and entertain them into buying from you. Please do not underestimate the value of what you're bringing to the table. Why? Because only you can bring it, right? I know it sounds hokey, but only you do what you do best, and that is being you. So take the golden media opportunities and make sure you're making the most of them. Because remember, guys, TV and radio, it's supposed to be fun. These segments are not intended to be stressful. They're not intended to make you anxious, right? They're intended to be light and fun, but effective ways to get your message out to thousands, perhaps millions of viewers, okay? For what it is that you do and your business growth, right? Do this right and your business is going to grow exponentially. So let's take them one by one. The first E is engage. Make sure to engage the audience, okay? How do you do this? Basically by combining everything we've learned so far. On-camera presence and the power of body language. By using captivating charisma, right? Coupled with our catchy sound bites. By standing tall and being confident and knowing your material, right? The audience won't help but be engaged. And in addition to using your physicality, right, you can also engage the audiences by asking them rhetorical questions sometimes. For example, if you're being interviewed and the show host, asks you a question, don't be afraid to ask a rhetorical question back. So this both captivates the audience, but it also gets them further engaged in the conversation. A good one? Let me think about that, Kelly Ripa. And then turn to the audience and say, what would you guys do? Another good way to engage the audience is to invite them to follow you or your website, right? Literally, at the end of the segment, don't shy away from inviting them to follow you on social media or to offer them a special bonus or to give them a code for those that pop onto your physical store. Engaging them is going to create curiosity, and curiosity is going to increase your following. And the more followings you have, the more trust you're building, the more likely they are to buy from you. The next E is enlighten. To be an impactful segment guest, you really want to enlighten your audience, okay? Another way to put this is you want to help educate them. So do make sure to include some fun facts or some stats to be part of your sound bites, right? These not only will capture the audience's attention like we talked about before, but it's going to help get them new information. And in turn, they can take one of your sound bites and regurgitate it over the water cooler at work the next morning, which is going to make them sound cool and in the know. People like to sound smart, so give them some stats. And if they get a good response from you, right, and if they get a laugh from their colleagues while they're sharing their stat, trust me when I say they are going to, they're going to form a good, lasting first impression. And that's what new fans burn into their brains, right? And quite possibly becoming new clients. And finally, the third E I want to touch on is entertain. Because again, we don't call it entertainment for no reason, right? People turn on the radio and they turn on TV to escape their lives. They want to escape the mundane. So give them something to chuckle about or cry over or debate on, right? And you will appear forefront of their mind. So I was recently I was on Sirius XM radio, right? How many of you guys listen in your cars? I was on an appearance there and I was slotted to be a guest star on a program for 15 minutes. But because the host and I both had our energy high and we knew our stuff, we ended up engaging, enlightening, and entertaining the audience. We pulled the segment along for 45 minutes. The producers just let us run because they could see the ratings going up and up and up, right? What happened? Within 24 hours of that segment, my Instagram clocked a 25% increase in the number of my followers. Why? Because we made sure to keep the entertainment segment entertaining. Okay? When people are entertained, they will actively seek out to find out who is entertaining them. They'll become fans, they'll start to trust you, and they will become buying customers. So yes, we want to be engaging. Yes, we want to be enlightening, but most importantly, we want to be entertaining. So remember, guys, have fun with this, because at the end of the day, what else is life about? And finally, folks, just before we move on to the next module, I want to take 1 second to talk to you about the power of the pause. The what? One thing we haven't talked about yet is a lot of voice tonality and inflection, okay? In order to exhibit good on-camera communication, you have to make the pause your friend. Okay, what do I mean by embracing the power of the pause? Well, I'm going to give you an example. Hi, my name is Katerina Kazayas, and welcome to the talk show LA40. In today's show, we're going to delve into the art of marrying oneself. Of what? Of marrying one's self. Yes, that's a thing. And it's known as sologamy. So stay tuned as we get down and dirty with one of today's foremost relationship experts to explore more. Did you feel all those pauses? Okay. Now compare that to this. Hi, my name is Katerina Kazayas, and welcome to the talk show LA40. In today's show, we're going to delve into marrying the art of oneself. Of what? Of marrying oneself. Yep, that's a thing. And it's known as sologamy. So stay tuned as we get down and dirty with one of our foremost talk show relationship experts to explore more. Do you see the difference? Better yet, did you feel the difference, right? The power of the pause is so important because when it comes to communicating on camera, it really gets people hooked, right? It's all about the hook. Hooking producers with our title, hooking the audience with our speech, right? The power of the pause. We want to keep producers at the edge of their seats when we're pitching them. We want to keep audiences engaged when we're selling them. Do you want to capture the attention of even your favorite colleague when you're speaking to them? Then you know what? In your daily life, start to leverage the power of the pause. Engage, enlighten, educate, and pause.